What's going, guys? My name is Anders Larsson and I'm a newbie module creator or designer. I recently joined HumHub community because I have a big plan and it is going to solve a big problem that people have. It is going to have a massive impact and change the internet forever. And then I woke up and realized that why not start with something simple? So this is what I'm going to try to do. I have not tried the module example generator yet, but if you want to try it, then go ahead and give Tony GM a like. Felix have also made a module editor, so give him a like. And I will not leave Mark hanging, so I give him as well a like. So we have like 3 high fives. So I struggled a little bit with Hello World content container, and this was module, just a basic Hello World. And I use ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can be really frustrating because it doesn't include everything that is necessary. But otherwise, ChatGPT is amazing. That's a master teacher in how to create things. I did a plugin for Elementor in WordPress. It is very useful to me, and I still don't know how useful it is for everyone else. If you want to check it out, it is this video. My new plugin shields your WordPress site. No more security nightmares. And I had a problem with my server getting hacked and it was sending out spam. It was a nightmare. So I want to start fresh. So I'm going to remove these examples. Just to let you know, to tell you what I'm working with, what tools I use Mountain Duck, and this is a FTP drive, so you can use your Explorer. So if you know Explorer on Windows, you have folders and you can view the files on the server in Explorer, in folders. So it is a huge help. And another tool that I use is UltraEdit. So this is UltraEdit. It's a really simple editor. So in my opinion, it's an upgrade from Notepad. And I like it because it is quick to run, quick to start. So I clean things up here as well. So in WordPress, it is called plugins, and in HumHub, it is called modules. And it is very easy to install. The same way you install a plugin in WordPress, you can do it the same with HumHub, just by copying a folder. So you go into the HumHub project. So if you install it from cPanel, very easy. Softaculous, and you will find HumHub in social media. And it's very easy to install. The only issue that I had was the cron jobs, and I think I fixed the cron jobs, but the error message is still there. I don't know if it comes back. It could be as simple as just upgrading. But anyway, the plugins or the modules is in this folder. So I mentioned that I had big plans, and I'm gonna make a couple of plugins tutorials until I learned enough to create what I want. So I will split this plan into smaller parts. Basically divide and conquer. There is this amazing plugin called Breaking News that I really like because it is small and easy to understand. So I will draw inspiration from it and create a small section here in the sidebar that displays a message. And you can add a message in the admin section, and it will stay there and stick in the sidebar. So let's start with stage 2, basic module setup. So right now there should be no modules installed. So you can see administration menu, and here is all the module that you can create or add. I start with creating a folder called breaking news, and this will be the folder structure. There are 3 files, config.php, and this is actually where you add your events. Module is the class for the module, and module.json is the information that you add that will be visible in the plugin section of the administration panel. So it's metadata for the plugin. I create empty files. Module.json metadata goes into the module.json file, and this is a very basic form of module.php. I add it to the file. Config.php. So I basically do small code changes, and sometimes I really don't know how it works exactly, but I kind of dive in and feel the water. So what I know is that ID is if you have a controller, if you have like you want to access a page, then this is the name of the page. Basically what you type in the browser. And the class is the last one here. It says module, so it's pointing to this file. And then the namespace is to tell HumHub what the plugin path is located. So let's try to refresh, and hopefully everything works nice. Yes. So display breaking news alerts on the dashboard, and we can see the same information here. The metadata displays breaking news alerts on the dashboard. Let's complete with stage 3. I really hope that I gave the right instructions to ChatGPT. Sometimes it wanders off. Okay, so it wants to create a widget, and widgets is like small containers that you can add to HumHub. So I create a folder named widgets, and right now it is not connected to anything, so HumHub will not find this widget yet. I will show you how to connect it. Of course I'm human and I do mistakes, so let's correct the mistake. Yep. This will be a simple widget with the output of hello world. So basically when it runs, it will return hello world. We'll create a file called events. And the same with this file, it is not connected to anything. But this is the place where we will handle our events. Basically what is happening here is HumHub sends events, and this is the dashboard sidebar init event. Basically, when HumHub says, I'm ready to add whatever you want to the sidebar, it will call this function. And from the event, it allows us to add, guess what? A widget, our widget that returns hello world. So a file that HumHub knows about is the config file. So HumHub will automatically look for the config.php file and read the instruction from it. And now it has an event. So this is how we connect the event to our files. So remember I said that it is not yet connected. So this is how we connect this event. So this will look for the events file, and it is the events class. It will use this class to tell HumHub somewhere in this class we have a callback function. and HumHub wants to know what function, or be more specific, what should I run when there is a sidebar event. So this is a function we want to run. So let's go into config and we add an item, which is the events. So now the events class is connected, or the events file. So this is connected now, and here we connect the widget, hello world widget. So now hello world widget is connected. If something goes wrong, then it is usually the path, because it is basically mixed versions of HumHub that is in the dataset. So if you use ChatGPT, it has a big language dataset, and they feed it with code, and one of the code pieces is the open source HumHub platform. And while they feed the ChatGPT, it could be over a long time. So sometimes it is not recognizing the path correctly, because the HumHub developer team decides to move things around. So this is why this happens. And when something doesn't work, then this module just vanishes. But I hope it does work now. So let's refresh. Oops. So it vanished. So what I think is wrong is that HumHub doesn't know the correct path. So there is more connections that needs to be made. We need to connect the sidebar class and the events class. So let's refresh, and now we can see it. So that was close, guys. So what should happen now, if we click My Spaces, which is the dashboard, my HumHub site, and now we can see Hello World. Actually, ChatGPT added these, so I forgot to add it. But I usually take small parts and copy paste it, because otherwise if I copy everything, then I don't feel like I learn anything. So that was stage 3. So now let's continue with stage 4. That is an admin menu entry. And we should see in the admin, I think it is configuration, but let's see. So there are 2 parts. We need to find the admin menu class, and then hook into the on admin menu init. So ChatGPT is basically telling that the event sender is the menu, and that menu, we use it to add an item with the label breaking news with the URL that we will add later. Group, manage, not sure about that, but we will see an icon. That is cool. There is a sort order, which I don't understand fully. Is active. Not sure about that, but I guess if the plugin is, if the module is active, it will add this item. So we added our event listener. We should not forget the class, similar to what we did before. When we add something to our events, then we need to go to the config, because this is where we connect the events. So admin menu, and this is the thing that we need to add. So let's find the last comma. So basically events is an array of events, and every item has a comma after it. So then we add another. And if it doesn't work, then Hello World will vanish, and we are in luck. So let's go to the administration and modules. We should see nothing. No, guys, wait. It is actually this one. So this is the place where it adds in the menu, I think. So after updating the files and configurations, refresh your HumHub admin panel. And we should see breaking news item in the admin menu. Exactly this happened. Stage 4, let's try stage 5, and that is going to be the dashboard integration. So not sure what ChatGPT is doing, because basically we have this already, but let's see. Right, rename the widget. We can learn from it what changes needs to be done in order to handle a name change of a file. The first thing that is going to happen is that UltraEdit will not find the file anymore, so it will automatically close it. So I open it again, breaking news widget, but now it is not connected. And we need to do the necessary changes. So I think this is the same, this is the same, it's just the output that differs. And actually I think this have a good educational purpose, because it is easy to understand. Okay, we did a name change and we change the return value, so it's not complicated, so we can feel comfortable in knowing what happens. The file is not connected, so we need to connect it, and all we have to do is update the events. Sidebar we have, admin menu we have everything here, and this one needs to change. It needs to look for, wait a minute, if we change the file, then shouldn't we change the class name? That we did, breaking news widget. So the class name usually have the same name as the file name without .php. So let's go wild. All I do is just copy this name, because basically this is the only thing that we need to change, and that is in the events. We also need to change this, breaking news widget and breaking news widget. So there is a couple of changes that needs to be done if we rename a file, but I think it is easy enough, don't you? Let's see if this works. We go to my HumHub site to access the dashboard, and breaking news, stay informed with the latest updates. Thank you, ChatGPT. So that was the dashboard integration. Let's continue with stage 6, admin page setup. So now we will work with controllers. So to my understanding, controllers are basically a standalone page, but I don't think the page take up everything. We still have the HumHub interface. So folder controllers, and let's create a text document called admin controller. Open it. So let's take this content and paste it here. It uses the controller class, in components. So we tell HumHub that the behavior should be as of a controller, right? Action index means we need an index file, or maybe we don't. Maybe this represent the index file, but you know, index.php and index.html. This is old stuff. Basically, if you have a server, it knows if you have a file called index.html or index.php, it will display the file instead of the directory. Admin controller is not connected. Okay, so this is an admin view. So then what's the meaning with this? Views, admin, views, admin. Was it index.php? Yes, it was index.php. So I guess helpers, the HTML class, knows how to insert breaking news admin into the title. So I think it is the page title. So I suspect it is something like this. If you know what I mean. Actually, that is very interesting to know because it will add the title here as well. But what about the message? How does that work? Now I see. Do you see, guys? Message. I think it populate or assign the message variable this information, and it displays it here. I don't think that it is connected yet, so this is probably in the events. And is that it? We connected like this. That is very interesting to know. Right URL, and it's this one. Save. Let's figure this out and see how it works. Hopefully this will not change. Otherwise something bad has happened. Let's see. Administration. Modules. No, sorry. Okay, so let's click this one. It should load the controller. And we got a 404. So here's an interesting thing. First we had this one, and I thought that, well, I could just enter the URL here, but ChatGPT suggested to use square brackets like this. If I click refresh, what will happen? Nothing. Let's try again. Okay, so now it works. So what is the difference if we check the URL? We can see there is %2 f, and let's try this again. We use the thing that I thought was a solution. This will still work, but if we go back and click breaking news, we can see that it needs to encode the /. Okay, URLs are often represented as arrays to enable automatic encoding. So I had some SEO concern about this. So custom URL rules. So this means that I need to edit the HumHub platform itself. config.php. So my concerns are about modifying the HumHub platform. So that is the Bootstrap interface. I'm not gonna do it, but it is interesting. I think could be important to do this. Anyway, refresh. No, go back. Breaking news, and we have this. So we still have all the HumHub surrounding interface. Well, the menu at least, or the header. So let's do stage 7, which is the setting form. So we want to enter information and have it populated on the dashboard. So breaking news setting.php. Okay, so this should go in the models directory. So I think this is about when we enter something in a field, we want to restrict what we can enter so that we have security and prevent someone hacking the platform. So we can't submit an empty field, and we can't add more than 512 characters. And this is not yet connected. I guess we connected in the admin controller. So previously we called the index.php and set the variable message to welcome to the breaking news admin page. So I guess this is also going to be updated. If I understand this correctly, when we submit a form, then we retrieve the data. So I guess name equals content on the form. So if we have a field, it will have the name of content, and this is what we retrieve. And the data is stored in the content property. We are looking for the post request, and we want to do a validation. And I think the validation is this. The data is then stored. Then we have a success message, and then a refresh. So what I'm not sure about is if we get it from the database or if we get it from the form. I mean, how is the data populated in the field so that we have the previous entered information? And maybe this is what we can see in the index.php, how that is done. Right, so we are setting the title in the same file. So I think this, the form, and then the field, get from the model, get the content entry. This will be populated in a text area if I'm not wrong. So this was the previous data, and this is the new data. And we have an active form that is added for form handling. Let's see what's up. Administration, modules, and breaking news. And we get an error. So breaking news setting was not found. And that is in admin controller. So shouldn't we add a use? Okay, so in admin controller, let's add this one and then refresh. So it needs the namespace. I think it is this part. So breaking news setting need this namespace. So basically it can't find itself, but I already have this. So I posted all files to ChatGPT and it says that everything appears correctly set up. So sometimes the problem is a mounting duck. So what I usually do is I try to save everything and let's refresh. Wait a minute. This is 0 kilobyte and this should go into models. Means we need to open this file again in the new place. So let's try this. And we got a new error. YII not found. So what happens if we add this? And now it works. Awesome. Alright, so something I want to check is inspect, text area, the name. Okay. Breaking news setting content. So what I have learned is that when it looks like this, it will add the information to an array, breaking news setting. So the post information is having that. So we don't need any API or a platform. It can be done with simple PHP form handling, and we get an array. What is a bit unusual with this is that it kind of merge the class or the class object, because there is no array that is called breaking news setting, so I guess it's merged with the class. So that's interesting. Let's try something. If we enter hello world, then go to the network, then click save. Of course we need to clear this, and we click this one. Okay, so it was redirected. So this is the form data, hello world. So basically this data should be stored. So if we go in here, we can see hello world. So it is populated correctly. And is it populated in the... No, it's not. So that would be views. Okay, so we only have views for admin. Stage 8. And that is displaying the content in the dashboard widget in the sidebar. So let's see here, breaking news widget. And basically what we want is to display the information stored in the database. Here we use YII. So this is actually how we retrieve data stored from the database. Use YII. So the module name is a database source where we store the data. So if we use PHP myadmin, in the settings table, which is this one, we have like the variable content. This will be the variable in PHP, and it is looking for the module ID, and that is breaking news, and the value hello world. So the module ID, breaking news, and get the data in variable content or the database content, and if content is not empty, then we return it. Otherwise, we return no breaking news set. So let's refresh the dashboard and we can see hello world here. ChatGPT wants me to verify that it looks like this. This is before and this is after. Let's try this again. I added a return character here or a new line and paste. I can't really see any difference. So it is the same. Right, input validation and error handling. Sanitize the input to remove extra spaces, and it will add a default message. That's interesting. So this is how you do it. So let's see here, breaking news. If we remove this, please enter the breaking news content. Message, please enter the breaking news content. That is really cool, that it gives an information what it needs. So let's enhance admin controller and before, after. So before, after. So there is an if and an else. Failed to update breaking news. Success and error. If I submit something, it will give this message if everything went well. So let's verify that and save, and nothing. So we know that it does a redirect, and it could be that it kind of breaks the success message. Okay, so maybe we need to update the view. So admin index.php. I'm really lazy. Can you add it? These two things. And ChatGPT is really helpful, I think. So if I click refresh, failed to update breaking news updated successfully. So this is a little bit weird, but save. Huh? That's strange. So maybe it doesn't return true if we check the HumHub settings component. I mean the YII. Why does it tell me YII2? I use YII. Anyway, let's try to fix this with try and catch instead. So request post, validate, settings set, and paste, settings set, set flash success, otherwise error, set flash error, failed to update breaking news. Right, HumHub site, and let's go into the admin, breaking news, and save. Breaking news updated successfully. So I think this is good enough. I want to deliberately make an error to see what happens. If we open this page, let's see here. Hello World 7 and save. Alright. So I really hope that this was helpful to you, because now we are at the end of this video. And to be honest, I'm learning a lot about HumHub. So my YouTube channel is about online marketing. And I noticed that, well, I have been struggling with YouTube and getting traffic. So my end goal is to create a traffic generating module. And what I've done is I have monitored Google to see what new websites really grab traffic. So because I do this analyze or Google analyzing and see what happens on the internet, I can see what websites succeed. And I want to transform HumHub into that type of websites using a plugin. So this is what I will work on. And now I have a platform to use my skills as an online marketer. And I will also help people, recommend them to use HumHub with my new plugin so that they themselves can utilize this type of websites to promote their business. So I don't recommend you to subscribe to this channel. because I'm in the online marketing niche. But if you are curious about how you as a website creator, website designer, or maybe you use software as a service, SaaS, and you have created different database and business interface, well, it goes for any type of web application, you will see that it is really hard to get traffic. If you go to sites like BetaList or Product Hunt, then you see a lot of new websites added to the directory, but they themselves really struggle with getting traffic. And this is what I'm trying to solve for all these services, that they need a place for people to communicate about the product, but I will take it to another level. And this is what I will not reveal it in this video, but maybe in a later video. Anyway, this is what I wanted to say. Please click the like button if you like what I said, or if you like this video, if you learned something from it. And take care, and hopefully I see you in my next video. Bye bye.